Fire up a cigar. It's the Stogie Geeks Show, episode 12. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Stogie Geeks Show. I'm your host, Paul Asadorian.
And I'm your co-host, Tim Magrini.
And we are here to bring you episode 12. Very excited about all the fun stuff we have to talk about. We're going to be talking cigars. We're smoking a cigar of the week. And we're going to talk about cutters this week.
Yes.
We're going to talk all about cutters. We're going to kind of have an ad hoc conversation about cutters. Talk about the different types, maybe which ones you might want to buy based on some listener feedback that we got.
That was an interesting dance you were just doing. You must be excited, Paul.
You know, I was told it looked like the Victor Cruz salsa dance.
Who's Victor Cruz?
He played for the Giants.
Oh, okay.
I talk about that in the past tense because we don't want to talk. Let's not talk sports, Tim.
Yeah, that's what I talk about, especially football.
Especially football. We can talk baseball, hockey, basketball.
Yes, things to look forward to.
Did you know that New England sports teams in the past 10 years have won more championships than any other region, right? Bruins, Celtics, Patriots, and Red Sox have all won respective championships in their sports in the past 10 years, and some teams multiple.
Cool.
Pretty cool, huh?
Positive note.
And everyone hates us.
Yes. Let's move on.
Moving on to the cigar of the week, tell everyone what this is, Tim. You've been very excited about the release of this.
Yeah, I've been talking about it for a few weeks. Literally walked in the shop tonight and bumped into the UPS guy coming out who had just dropped these bad boys off.
And we decided, which is a very poor decision, to light them up.
Yes.
Just throwing that out there.
I was lectured by Stogie Santa for at least 5 or 10 minutes earlier about doing so, but we went ahead anyways. It's the Flor Dominicana Double Claro. In this case, the number 50, which is Robusto, 5x50. And it has an Ecuadorian Candela wrapper. That means it's green, folks, literally. A Nicaraguan binder and a Dominican filler. Retails for about $6.86. Released in 25-count boxes and will be regular production. They actually are available supposedly in 3 sizes. However, we were only able to get the Robusto.
We're going to zoom in on a shot of that for those of you watching the live video, which you can get at stogiegeeks.com/live, or check out our channel on blip.tv /StogieGeeks.
So, Paul, what do you think, man?
I think it's really good. It started out with a blast of pepper and spice.
Yeah, it took me by surprise. You don't expect a Candela to have that much pepper on it.
It's really settled down into, I'd use the term herbal, Tim.
Yeah.
I would say herbal or grassy. It's not really grassy. It's more of an herbal. You're right. It's an herbal type smooth flavor.
Well, I'm going to take a step back because the nose on the foot of this cigar, very, very grassy. Got a lot of grass off the pre-light aroma, if you will, especially off the foot.
Well,
but yeah, I'm kind of going back and forth.
The wrapper itself even.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even the room aroma is somewhat grassy, herbal.
But it's mild.
Yeah, it's mild.
It's not over the top. It's subtle. It's in the background. I mean, the pepper kind of disappeared on me about halfway in, half an inch in. But
yeah, I ashed somewhere.
There's the first one, folks. First ash of the night.
On the floor, actually, not on me.
It doesn't count then. Okay.
It missed me. It was a near miss.
I had somebody come up to me in person today and said that you're going to ash on yourself twice tonight. So
wow, we're placing bets now.
Yes.
So this wrapper is Ecuadorian, but it's a Candela.
Correct. Also known as Double Claro.
I see.
And we did.
So Double Claro refers to the wrapper.
Correct.
Right. We did the segment on that.
We did do a segment. I forget what episode that was on now. But the way they go about doing this is they pick the leaves a little early and they dry them very quickly. And it retains some of that color. And oftentimes a herbal or grassy flavor, depending on the cigar. So it's interesting because
I like it.
LFD is typically they make a lot of strong smokes, and a Candela is not known to be strong, typically. But I would say this is more medium.
A lot of people think of their grandfather. There was a lot of, I think, American cigar makers or cigar makers back in the day that made the candela wrapped cigar. So
Correct.
I think it's nice to have a little throwback to that. I liked the Viaje. I have yet to try the 888 candela.
You know what? The 88 from Illusion.
Illusion. For those of you
Illusion. I keep
keeping tabs at home.
I'm challenged, folks. Was good, but I want to try the 888 actually. Only because that smoke has a little bit more sweetness on the finish typically. So I almost see the candela working.
I don't know which one I have.
With that, so the 888 is more of a Churchill size. The 88 is a Robusto. So
I have the Churchill size.
Okay, that's
I
the
have
888.
I had one of those in my humidor.
So check it out.
I put it in my box to smoke.
It's still available here and there.
Okay.
I know Stogie Santa has them anyway. So
I encourage people to go out and try candela wrapped cigars.
it's something different. I
It
mean,
is.
it's
It
not
is.
something I would smoke every day or even every week.
Yeah.
But the occasional change of pace.
It is. It's a
interesting.
good change of pace cigar.
I'll tell you what, though, I had a heck of a time trying to figure out what we're going to pair this with tonight.
Yeah.
So
I don't
much
even have a
so-
drink. What are we drinking?
I don't know. You brought them down, but
I brought a bottle of something. I brought a bottle of Jura Superstition. I don't think it's going to pair very well with.
what is that?
It's
exactly?
kind of like a little smoky PD. Yeah, a little
The
smoke.
whiskey?
It actually says subtly sweet yet smoky. It's a Scotch.
Porter will go well.
Yeah, I'm
porter
thinking
might,
porter.
yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
I bought 2 6-packs, 2 or 3 6-packs of porter.
What porter is this, Paul?
This is the
Oh, there-
Sierra Nevada porter.
Okay.
I actually like the other porter that we had better, which I think we drank it all. Oh, it's some right the Anchor Steam porter.
Oh yeah.
I liked that one a little better.
It's right next to the Woodford Reserve that I missed last weekend. I was a little
The
bummed out about that.
Empty bottle of Woodford Reserve
Yeah.
you missed last weekend.
Hold on, let me grab that bottle. Hold on.
Oh, Tim's excited. He saw what we were drinking last week. He asked me
The
what we were drinking.
Masters Collection Maple Wood Finish.
Oh, there's still some left.
Excuse me, folks.
What did we pair that with? We paired that with original release Opus X's.
Yes.
Which was kind of a really good segue because that was first on my list of sticks to talk about that I smoked.
You want to go there?
Well, I just want to tell people about it who
May have
we
not
missed
listened.
last episode. We did smoke an original release Opus X from 1995 is the earliest release date on those. Mine was covered in plume. The first 2/3 were absolutely amazing, and then it got a little boring. So
Interesting.
if you've got those older smokes, I encourage people to go ahead and smoke them.
Aged out, you think?
A little aged out,
Yeah, that's an old smoke.
which for an Opus X is,
saying a lot.
yeah,
Yeah, I
because
mean,
they're
those-
pretty strong.
Absolutely.
So I'm curious to hear what else you've been smoking this week, Tim.
Well, I did the actual. What did I do last week actually on the show?
Well, you did the LFT Factory Press too.
There's two. Yes.
Yeah, which you said was really good.
And I had some Glenlivet 12-year with that.
Nice.
Which did not pair well at all.
Sometimes you hit home run.
You know, the LFD Factory Press 2, very rich smoke. Smooth, but rich. And to pair up a PD Scotch with that was just a mistake on my part. But either way, great smoke, great Scotch, just not together. So
Now, Dave, how's your cigar doing? Dave, the AV guy, is here in the studio, in the man cave.
Does
He's
he have a
reaching
mic?
for a microphone. I think it's muted. Hang on.
can you hear me
Testing.
now?
There we go.
Excellent.
Hey, Dave, the AV guy. Welcome to the show.
Hey, everybody in Cigar Land. Lag is terrible.
Oh, and your headphone. Yeah, Dave's monitoring the live streams, and there is a bit of a lag. So when you talk on the microphone, it's very distracting.
Anyway, so right now,
what do you smoke? What are you smoking, Dave? Let's
Right
test
now,
your-
I'm Jaime Garcia Reserva Especial.
Ah, very nice, very nice.
And I'm just now getting to the part where it starts to get a little chocolatey,
Mm.
and it was very spicy at the very beginning, a little toasty, and then it's like I'm down maybe about 1.5 inches or so, and it's starting to get chocolate.
Starting to mellow out for you, and
Yeah,
Oh,
you get a little
very
chocolate
much so.
flavor. Nice.
So you got a blast of spice and pepper in the beginning?
Very much so,
That's
but it wasn't.
it's classic pepine that comes from the
Yeah.
pepine factory. That's classic pepine.
Yeah, it wasn't overbearing.
It's actually a really nice pepper and spice you
Yeah.
get in the front of most of his cigars. That's a Robusto size that Dave is smoking.
Sexy stick.
It is. I haven't actually smoked
what
one
she
yet.
said.
I've got.
Sorry, couldn't help
You
it.
can't. That's what she said yourself, Tim. Don't you know the rules here? There's rules when it comes to this kind of thing.
I'm a wild man.
I'm a wild man, he says.
Hey,
I don't know how to follow that up.
Two episodes ago, I was a yoga instructor.
That's
Remember
right.
that? So
That's
all
right. So, Dave, thanks for weighing in there. Yeah, you can. Just turn that off.
All right,
Excellent.
moving on. Sorry,
Moving on.
folks.
Speaking of Opus X, so the last show I maybe finished. We finished recording, and we were all kind of hanging out here because it's a Saturday night. So we decided to stick around, and we did the after show cigar. And the after show cigar for me was
You're
an
gonna make me
Opus X.
cry, aren't you?
Yeah, was
Okay.
an Opus X Love Affair from 2009. This is from the Cigar Family Foundation 22 count box. They each come in the coffin from 2009.
Excellent.
Where the proceeds benefit the Cigar Family Foundation. And this is the Love Affair size. It's somewhere between a short story and a bestseller.
So it's a perfecto.
It looks like that same shape, but somewhere in between that size. And the wrapper was very, very dark, I thought, for an Opus X.
Okay.
The wrapper, you can see pictures of it on our Stogie's feed. The wrapper definitely was very dark, and this was just a phenomenal smoke. I mean, the flavors that come off
Not
these cigars,
aged out like the previous, huh?
No, not even. It was a probably perfect amount. I mean, it had about 3 years on it. I think 3 or 4 years is the sweet spot.
Nice.
Now, what's interesting is they age some of the fillers in Opus X cigars for 7 years before they actually roll the cigar.
Okay.
So it goes to show you how strong that tobacco is when they do put it
yeah.
in the cigar. This had an interesting note about it, and I took a picture of it, and I'm glad that I did. On the back of the band, so when I peeled the band off,
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
on the back of the band, in someone's handwriting, there was the number 100.
Interesting.
I don't know what it signifies. I don't know why it's there.
Inspection, maybe?
Could it be the person that inspected it? Could it be the 100th cigar that was produced for this particular run? I mean, there's a very limited amount. I forget how many boxes of the... There might only be 1,022 count boxes.
You know, we should shoot them an email. I'm really curious.
It is really interesting.
Yeah,
I've never seen, and this is the first time I've noticed any kind of writing
Yeah.
on the back of the band. So,
I mean, I've only heard what I know about manufacturing and production from others, so I am quite curious of what that. I would think inspection, but
right.
But
The
excellent.
cigar burned fantastic. Draw was phenomenal. Like every love affair that I've ever smoked, I have a love affair with, so to speak.
you know, I'm not an Opus X fan. They're a little strong for me.
Yeah.
But the Love Affair, I have to say, is probably one of the better ones I've had.
Absolutely.
Personally, so.
Yeah, we need to get you into a Shark, Opus X Shark. That's my other favorite size.
Okay.
It's not, for some whatever reason, I don't find it to be as
Please, with a
overpowering.
couple of years of age, so it doesn't.
Yes, yes. Oh, I see how it is.
Yes.
So, Tim, what else you been smoking?
So I did the NHC, which is the New Havana's Cigar Selection Limitada Reserva by Pete Johnson.
We were both excited about this one.
Yeah, we were talking about smoking it as a Stogie of the Week. And
Yeah.
I was getting bumped, and I got impatient and just took it down. So.
Yeah, you were excited to smoke it. A lot of
Supposedly,
the NHC had a few sticks rolled for them by
Yes.
Tatawahe.
Absolutely. This is one. Supposedly, the tobacco is from 2009. It was left over from some tubos that he had
Yes.
done. Very rich, typical Pete Johnson flavors. Some of that coffee, some of that, chocolate type finish on it. It's a Nicaraguan Puro, wrapped in broadleaf. 6 3/4 by 42, so Lancero. See what else I said. Oh, I got a lot of leather actually towards the second half, which was a nice
Interesting.
mix. Not in your face.
Yeah, like a
Smooth,
subtle leather.
subtle, behind the chocolate and coffee.
I don't get the leather flavor from a lot of the Pete Johnson stuff.
Yeah, I can't say I have. The face would be one exception.
Yeah, there is a bit of leather. Is that because it's leather face? I don't know.
Maybe. The Anarchy, definitely. That
I
had
still
a
have one of
lot.
those buried in my humidor.
Those are smoking good, but we've talked about those. So.
Yep.
What you got, Paul?
Arturo Fuente Añejo. What's the Robusto size? Is the Robusto size a number
Number
55
50.
or 50?
Yep.
I'll correct that in there. This was a number 50 from 2009, and it was really good. The had kind of, I would say, a subtle sweetness that persisted throughout, almost like a darker kind of not almost a cherry flavor. That kind of like sweetness that persisted throughout. I thought it was good. It didn't really wow me.
Really?
In fact, I think it was Mark it was Mark that gave me this and says he's got somebody He's got too many of them for his taste and wants to get rid of some.
Oh, that's a shame.
Isn't it a shame? And I thought it was good. The finish on this cigar now,
It's awesome.
like I got for the first 2/3, and I'm like, it's good. I don't know if I'd go, acquiring more. I don't know. It's just not my flavor pool for the añejos. I like the shark. The rest of them, I'm still kind of on the fence about. The finish on this one, however, was absolutely fantastic. Had one of the best finishes I've had on a cigar in a long time.
Añejos age fantastically. They only need a couple years, and they're just smoking great.
Yeah. But again, it's still not. And actually, I was another person who's actually a shop owner was talking about añejo and said it just doesn't fit his flavor profile either. So
Interesting.
I kind of didn't feel bad. I want to like them. I believe me. I want to be wowed by this stick and go back and buy like a whole half a box or a box of them. But I don't know. I'm just not there. And it goes to show you, everybody's taste bud. I will say that time and time again, everyone's taste buds are different, right?
I mean, the Añejos, the sizes are hit or miss with me. The 48, which I think is the Churchill,
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of. The 50, I do like. The 77 is a winner. We all know that. That's the shark.
I love the shark.
But no matter what, if you can get a couple of years on them, well,
Like I said, the finish was definitely showed the age.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
All right, next on my list. Here's one that you gave me, actually, Paul. The Camacho Diploma Series Robusto. I wrote full-flavored stick with lots of leather, pepper, and wood. Decent burn, good draw. I would smoke it while working around the yard or with a peaty scotch. I believe...
Oops, sorry. I left my phone on the table. We had a little
I thought you were
echoing
just
going on
happy to
there.
hear.
Yeah.
To see me. In the end, I gave it the Angler. It's something I would typically smoke around the yard. It didn't wow me. It was good. Fantastic construction. Recommend checking it out. But maybe
Nice.
not going out of your way for. So.
Nice. So that stick that I gave you was from Stogie Santa.
Okay.
Had a bunch of old Camacho stuff kicking around in the back. And I think it was around the time we was going to run like a closeout special.
Yep.
Stogie Santa tends to do that. And I think we've come out and everyone pretty much knows Stogie Santa works at a retailer.
Yes.
So a little B&M. But he was going to run a closeout on a bunch of Camacho stuff. And I bought probably in 2 different rounds a bunch of different, based on his recommendations, a bunch of different Camacho. And I got like 2 or 3 of a bunch of different Camacho
Now, have you smoked
sizes.
this one, or?
I haven't smoked this particular one.
Okay.
I have smoked some older aged Camacho stuff in that dark Maduro wrapper.
Yep.
And it's been kind of hit or miss. Some of them have been, I mean, I had one. It was an 1105 size Camacho, covered in plume, and it was just awesome. It was
1116, you mean? Or?
no, it was 1105.
Oh,
So it
okay.
starts out really, really skinny,
Okay.
and then gets fat.
Okay.
Whereas an 1118 will, kind of has that taper.
Yeah.
But the 1105 is a more dramatic taper.
Interesting.
And that one was like out of the park, grand slam. Some of the other stuff was good, and some of the other stuff was just meh.
Yeah. It's
so
like any brand, I think.
yeah.
I will say this much.
I mean,
for the
age isn't
stick.
going to make it like this magical experience, right? It's just
No, but I will say that I'm not surprised that you say you had some age on
Mm.
it because the flavors were very balanced.
exactly.
It just happened to be not my flavor profile.
See, I
and-
thought it would be. I thought you'd like. Well,
and construction was A+.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't complain. It burned great.
Right.
It was great. But
So I smoked a Viaje Summerfest with, and I put in all caps, Shaggy Foot. This is that torpedo size.
which one? The one from last year? The 20
This is
Okay.
well, I think they only came out with the Shaggy Foot one once, or was it twice?
twice? They did
Was-
2010 and 2011.
Might have been the newer one. I
Okay.
think this was the newer one. There was a cigar site online that I used to buy a lot of like kind of weird rare stuff from. They'd be like the only ones that had it, and now you can't buy from them anymore. I don't know what happened to Fuller's Pullers.
They took them off the internet. They wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're still in existence, but they're just not selling.
They're
on
not
the
selling
internet.
online. Yeah, I loved buying from that site, and that's where I got this one. And it has like that almost like inch and a half of Shaggy Foot. I don't know if it's quite that. It may be an inch and a half of Shaggy Foot. You might have seen it. There's lots of pictures of it and its Shaggy Foot. And I clip almost all of the Shaggy